Blessings to each and everyone. Thanks for coming back to my channel. What going on, everybody? Everybody good? Yeah man, big up yourself. Alright, today in this video, we are going to talk about a couple that was being deported. This couple have been in the United States for 32 years, right? 32 years they are here, but when they first came to America, they had a work permit. So with their work permit, they work, and work permit expire over the years. But they are still remaining here. They didn't go back home nor anything. Then they started a family. They have 2 kids. One of their child is 21 years old and the other one is 16 years old. What happened was ICE pulled up at their home and the father was outside. ICE asked for somebody, like he would say, is Paul here? And he said yes. ICE asked him to go and call Paul. We're just using the name Paul, but Paul is not the person real name, but we're just using Paul, right? So anyway, ICE asked the guy, do you have an ID? He said yes. He went inside to go get Paul, but ICE also asked him to bring an ID when he's coming. When he came back out, he have his ID. So he showed his ID to ICE. ICE look on the form that they have, and when they look, his name was on the list. Oh boy, I don't really want to laugh, but it's just how it really happened. His name was on the list, so I said, all right, stand right here. Paul came out and they asked, are you Paul so-and-so? He said yes. Them said, okay, we are here for you. Anyone else inside the house? They didn't want to say, but ICE went inside. At that point, this man and his wife is in America, 32 years. They came here with a work permit. They overstay their time, live here, start their family. There was 4 more persons inside the house who got held by ICE and brought to a detention center where they were being deported last week. And this took place in New York, right? Now, the parent, they own their house. So these 2 kids left in the house now and the parent got deported. Can you imagine get deported after 32 years living in this country? They are not straight. No green card, no citizenship. They only had a work permit in the beginning. They got deported. So what happened is these 2 kids have to try and see what they can do. Now I'm also wondering if they have mortgage to pay or if they paid off for their house. Because if this child, which is 21, if this child even have a job, it make you wonder, is it that the child have a good paying job that would be able to pay the mortgage by the end of the month? Otherwise, that child now would have to maybe get some advice from their parents, or if the parents have any other family member here that can help them to maybe get room on the house rented out so they can get enough money to pay the mortgage. Now, I'm not sure if the parent will be able to stay overseas and sell the house because there are always legal documents to sign. But I don't think they would want to sell it while their children are here. Those 2 kids were born here. And the thing is, a person will say, if I detain them, they are legal to get a court hearing. Yes, that's true. They can get a court hearing. But what this administration is doing, once there is a flight available, they are trying to get you out on the quickest flight out of the country. They once said, if you have a court hearing, go back to your country and wait for your court hearing. For me, that is just a trick to let everyone leave. Because once outside the country have a court hearing, they're not going to let you in to go to court, right? So these are the things that happen. The rights that an immigrant would have are things that an immigrant would allow to do, like the right to go to a court hearing, etc. before you are being deported. All of that being removed. Once them have the flight, you are out, right? And that's what happened. And I was saying to myself, isn't it that when he went inside, they didn't realize These person was they are from this agency. They were ICE, but one of the thing what ICE is also doing, they are showing up in plain clothes. And somebody were saying at the time when we were having the discussion why they didn't run. They're not gonna run because where are they going to run to? Because when ICE pull up, they know say this is the house they come to. They're not just gonna just come and pull up at the gate. They are going go on the other street. They are gonna stay down this street. If you are on an avenue, right? They are gonna go at the bottom street, at the top street, and the street on the other side, on the other block. So just in case they want running, they will be there to catch you. So there is nowhere for you to run once them show up at your house. A lot of people are saying all different kinds of stuff. They can't do this and they can't do that. Well, maybe it is on the books, but that's not what they are doing now. They would say, ICE would have to have a warrant to get inside your house. Yes, they would have to have a warrant. But the other agency that is working with them, they are the one who also sign those warrants so that they can come into your house. Right? So that's just how it is. And Donald Trump already said he's not pleased with the numbers of people that they are catching each day. So they need to get the number up. So what is going to happen now? They are going to go from people workplace, they are going to come to your home. And already Eric Adams, the mayor of New York, he already working and agreeing with ICE in New York. So they want to gain access to the data of the DMVs in New York, which he already gave them the permission. So now everyone in the data system of the DMV, they can go and check it and to see what documentation you use to apply for a driver's license. Then they can do a background check on each person, right? Because you know, once you do the form, you would have to put your nationality and to put your race that you are, whether you are Asian, Hispanic, Mexican, Black African American, etc. So they will go ahead and make checks. Normally, if you're in New York and you come from another country, you could use your passport to apply for a driver's license or a non-driver ID at the DMV. So that is how they were able to find most of the people. Because the one will always wonder, how will they know where they are? They have their ways and means. Places where you used to work, they check up for your address and stuff like that. You have a bank account, they gain access to all of these things, and then they will be able to find you. So some people will think it is very much impossible for people to be in this country for many years and not get themselves sorted out. But the thing is, you have to also remember, in a sanctuary state, immigration not there chasing you down, running after you. So some people just get complacent and just forget about certain things and just live them life day to day. So it is when things like these start to happen, then many of them trying to get themselves together. But at this point in time, it is late. It is late at this time for those who are trying to do certain things, because even the immigration system, they put a pause on most immigration lawyer, if not all of them. So nobody case can be processed now. You know what I mean? I'm not sure for how long, but we know them not doing any case as far as I know. I'm not sure if they started back as yet, but the last time I checked, they were on pause, because there are lawyers who are saying how many cases they are getting, and they have to be turning down cases because there's nothing they can do at this point in time. So that's just it with what is going on. And for people who are illegal, there is nowhere to run, and it is a very sad situation for those who are here many years and never get themselves together. For this couple, 32 years and still never get themselves sorted out, and then now they have faced deportation and gone back home to their country. Apparently they are from Venezuela, so they've gone back home. Yeah, and that's just how it is. And they did already give out a list of people from all the countries, how many people they have in those countries to deport. And the list that they gave, for me, I thought those were the people who came through the border, because most of those people who come through the border, they were doing fingerprint and then allow them to go. So you give your name, you do your fingerprint. So they already have information and people like those, right? So it's just set away. And what I think is people who do stuff like that, if you should even hear and they didn't catch up on you, I think once you go ahead, so you get married to someone and this person going to help you to get your documents and you came through the border. Now, I think when your name go in and they start to do your checks, when the time come to go do your biometric, they are going to see your name and that is going to show say you came through the border. And then before you know it, they could probably call in for an interview, not knowing they pick it up on their system that you came through the border at such time, and then what they're going to do, they're going to hold on to you and then deport you. So for me, that's what I think they're going to do, because it has to be a reason why they fingerprinted everyone who came through the border, who turned in themselves to the border patrol and then release them. So that's my thought on it still. That's just my thought. And for everyone who came, you know, it's a very sad situation, and people are here for way more time, you know. So that's just how it is. So I'll just leave it here for now. That's all I can tell you. And if you reach this far in the video, you can just please give it a like. That will also help with the algorithm. And subscribe to the channel for more or what will we have coming up next. And as we would always say, if it ain't green, it ain't we. Yes, sir.